I'd like to welcome everyone for joining us this morning live from Logan, Utah for our second virtual Focus Friday event here at the Huntsman School. I'm your host for today, Carmela Johns-Andruck, and I'm a corporate relations specialist here at the Huntsman School of Business, and my role is to provide best-in-class companies the opportunities to connect with and ultimately to hire our students. At the Huntsman School of Business, we offer our students the best education, resources, and training to help them be prepared to be successful professionally while contributing to their communities. And today, one moment while I have fun with Zoom. Today, we have a tremendously huge, fantastic, best-in-class panel. And we're so excited to have them join us today. These are corporate partners we work with who also have career opportunities that are available and advice that they're going to share with us. At the end of the panel, we'll have Mandy Stottle join us from Career Services, and she'll share with us a little bit about the resources that are available to students to help them in their career journey. So without further ado, I want to get back to the Huntsman School and introduce you to our panel. So each of our panelists will say a little bit about themselves and about their companies. And first up, I'd like to introduce Ruby Parkin Earl from Lucid. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me a part of this panel today. Especially on Friday, I know that we're all trying to just get to the weekend, except it's kind of hard to look forward to doing a ton of stuff when we're mostly quarantined inside.
Yeah.
Uh, but just to introduce myself, my name is Ruby Parkin Earl. I graduated from Utah State with a degree in marketing in 2017. So while I feel like that's been a long time, it really has not been all that long that I was in a lot of your shoes. And after graduating from the Huntsman School of Business, I was able to get a sales job at a software company called Lucid Software. And I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do. I had actually applied for a marketing internships there initially and ended up with a sales role with great help from Professor Bone, who's in charge of the pro sales program, who had encouraged me to do something that was out of my comfort zone. And after my first couple days in sales, I realized this is what I really want to do, spend my time talking to people, helping solve problems, and really be a part of a world-class sales organization that allows for myself to grow personally and professionally, but also to help our customers and clients to do the same. So feel extremely lucky to be here today. I really appreciate it, Carmela, for this opportunity, but that's a little bit about me.
All right, terrific. Thank you so much. Patrick Sammon,
Hi, Carmen,
welcome.
everyone. Also echo Ruby's message that we're all really lucky to be a part of this event today, and we're really excited to continue being partnered with the Huntsman School. Absolutely one of my favorite campuses to go to. I was supposed to be on campus a few weeks ago and was super disappointed that I wasn't able to do it, but I think it's great that Huntsman is a program that is still actively having a lot of students look for employment and is still really helping their students get matched with awesome opportunities. I work at Keyence Corporation. Hopefully many of the students in Huntsman have either seen my face before or maybe met with one of my colleagues. A few of us have been on campus previously, but basically what Keyence does is we are a global leader in industrial automation technology, and we rely on the Huntsman School as well as other top sales programs in the US to help us continue to grow and build our entry-level sales force. And so I've been with Keyence for a little over 3 years. I graduated University of Wisconsin in 2016, and I was a marketing and HR student. And so now I primarily help the company grow. So I myself, not as much of a product salesperson, more of a company salesperson, because I try to sell the company to students, help them understand it's such a great place to work. Really thankful to be a part of Keyence Corporation right now. A lot of companies are doing hiring freezes or some are unfortunately doing layoffs. I'm connected with students from all around the country on LinkedIn, and I'm seeing lots of students who accepted offers with maybe different companies see that they're getting them taken away. It's pretty heartbreaking. So I'm just really grateful to be hiring for a company that in the midst of like a pandemic is still actively looking to hire lots of spots all around the country. It's great to be part of a company with so much stability and such a good vision for the future. So we are still hiring. We have internships and full-time positions still available. Happy to just be a part of this panel and answer more questions about Keyence and about how we're navigating everything. Also kind of cool to be part of a company that's making a difference in the fight against COVID-19. So our products have been used to help increase production of ventilators, masks, test kits. So I'm just really grateful right now to be able to be talking about such an awesome opportunity that's still out there to lots of students. So thanks for having me today. Looking forward to the rest of the panel.
Yeah, thank you so much, Patrick. We really appreciate you all being here. And Reed, live from Cancun, it looks like. Reed Buchanan from Melaleuca. Good morning, Reed. You're on mute.
I am?
Yep, there you go.
Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Like you said, my name is Reed Buchanan. I'm with a company called Melaleuca, headquartered in Idaho Falls. What we do is we develop, manufacture, and distribute all our own products, which are environmentally friendly, safe for the home, and safe for individual use. I've been with them for almost 4 years. I work remotely down in Utah. I'm able to travel up to the corporate office a couple times a month. Well, a while ago, I was able to do that, not recently though. And so Melaleuca's booming. We're just hiring all across the board. And given the nature of our business with, a lot of our products, hand sanitizers, probiotics, vitamin D, people really care about their health, especially at this time, and care about, what they're doing at the time. But I come into Melaleuca with about almost 20 years recruiting experience. Spent some time in Silicon Valley recruiting in the high-tech industry. You moved to Utah to get out of California, and spent some time with L3 Communications, Omniture, Vivint, those companies, and found a home here at Melaleuca. I'm the University Relations Senior Manager, and I enjoy being on campus. I enjoy working with students. I enjoy working with the deans, professors, administrators, counselors, advisors, because they all have one goal in common, and that's to provide the next step for their students and to prepare them for the workforce. So I'm glad to be here on this the panel, and I look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Reed. I really appreciate that background too, your experience. And Ryan, welcome this morning. Ryan Smith from Paycom. Ooh. We're not hearing you, Ryan.
Sorry, I'm on mute. Is that better?
I thought you said something about your mom. You're on mute. Okay, good. All right, go ahead.
Yes, well, again, sorry about that. Thanks for having me. Yes, I've been with Paycom now for over 4 years. I've been in the recruiting game since I joined the company, and I currently sit in our Denver office and manage our mountain region. So I'm excited to interact with students and, ultimately show them the path that, Paycom can provide for them in a full-time role after they graduate, or we do offer internship opportunities as well, not only in the state of Utah, but also across the USA. So I'm definitely excited to be here and answer as many questions as I can.
And a little bit about your background, Ryan?
Yes. So I have a higher education background myself, actually. So I spent 5 years working in college administration. I have a master's degree from the University of Oklahoma. And so I have a true passion, obviously, working with college level talent. And, when I was in higher education, it was about their success and development through, the years in college. And so when I moved to more of a recruiting role, fast-paced, tech recruiting role, it's more about finding and helping them be successful after they graduate. So I've been with Paycom again, like I said, I've been with the company for 4 years now. I spent pretty much the past 4 years managing our California and Arizona market. Recently have moved to Denver, so now housed out of our Denver sales market and working with students in the kind of our mountain region. So specifically, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, and Missouri. So excited to continue to build this path that I'm on and work with great students.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah.
Arjun Satya from Equity Methods. It's so nice to meet you, and thank you for coming to join us today.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Am I audible properly? Okay, good, great. Thanks for the invitation. Very excited to be part of this panel. As an introduction, my name is, as you said, my name is Arjun Satya. I am a manager in the financial reporting group at Equity Methods. I've been with the firm since 7 years. I joined the firm straight out of school as an associate, and I believe Equity Methods has offered me everything what I was looking for in a career, be it career opportunity, career growth, benefits, and everything. So overall, I haven't felt the need to change any job. So I stuck around for 7 years, and I look for many more years. And the reason I'm here is to have some more of you people from Huntsman School of Business to join the journey and be part of Equity Methods. And as an introduction about Equity Methods is a boutique consulting firm. We do offer management and financial consulting in the space of equity compensation. Equity compensation is one of the major tools in most of the companies' toolbox. It's one of the major levers used by companies to retain their best talent. So overall, it's a very broad impacting industry, equity compensation. It has one of the most difficult or the most challenging aspect of this industry is the execution of this program within the firm. So usually many of the programs, many of the initiatives which is started by the companies would be handled by one team. As aspect to in equity compensation, wherein it has a very broader impact or the footprint across the companies. It has a very high visibility. It starts from board of directors and it all the way goes to the accounting and the financing teams. It's a very challenging and analytical job. So, and we feel like I've been coming to Huntsman School of Business. This is my 4th year. Like we value a partnership and the students out there are really awesome. We have a couple of Aggies, I would say around 4 to 5 Aggies within the firm, and we want more of them within us. And thanks for this opportunity so that I can speak to everyone.
Thank you, Arjun. That was actually, I was going to ask you to talk a little bit about how long you had been recruiting the school and what kept you back, and you kind of touched on that a little bit. Anything else you would like to share with us about why Huntsman?
Yeah, the one aspect which I like about the students or Aggies is they're very down to earth and they like to take up the task and complete the, like they don't have the sense of entitlement. They want to be part of the entire firm and be part of the solution, and they're the go-getters, and like that's the kind of attitude which we are looking for. And we have had a successful run with. And we had a great relationship with the career management team, as well as with some of the professors at the school. And we want to value that more, and we want to have more students.
Terrific. And we're going to continue to do virtual engagements while we have to kind of navigate the current situation, but we've come up with a whole variety of different virtual ways for you all to stay connected. And Patrick, I'd love for you to share a little bit about your relationship with the Huntsman School, how long you've been coming here to the school, and a little bit about, what you find here and why you keep coming back.
Sure. So the Keyence team has been involved with the Huntsman School for about 2 years now. We opened up a office in Salt Lake City about like a year and a half ago, and we've seen a lot of growth in that area. So anytime Keyence opens a new office or anytime that we see a lot of growth in a particular area in the United States, we, of course, since we only exclusively hire at the entry level, our target market for applicants is always 100% going to be college students. So in my 3 years of hiring at Keyence, I can like kind of cross my heart, swear on my life, I have never, ever hired anyone not at the entry level. I've never hired a senior manager, never hired like a level 2 or level 3 employee. We always hire at the entry level. So we need to make sure that if we're hiring at the entry level, that we're getting great entry level candidates, ones that maybe have some internship experience, things like that, but whose first and only career could potentially be working at Keyence. And so we look for really strong sales programs, because even though Keyence is a technology company, we don't necessarily need people with technical backgrounds. Of course, if people with technical backgrounds want to apply, they are more than welcome. But ultimately, the job that we have is a sales job. You are selling industry-leading technology, very innovative technology. Keyence just this past year is ranked number 38 on the Forbes 100 most innovative companies in the world list. So you're selling an amazing product, but you're selling a product, you're not making it, right? So we need really strong salespeople. So when we came across the Huntsman School, we had actually looked at 4 different universities in Utah to consider a partnership with, and Huntsman by far was the most effective. So those of you who chose Huntsman, perhaps even because of, or Utah State because of the Huntsman sales program, I think you all made a really excellent choice with maybe some other options you are considering, because the quality of students just really consistently high. The amount of engagement that we are allowed to have with students is really great, especially in comparison to a lot of other universities that we partner with all across the country. So we're really excited to be a part of this program, and it's very clear that there's a lot of investment in students not only finding job opportunities, but also developing their skills. So it's very exciting to be part of Huntsman and not only come to recruiting events, but also do information sessions like this, or do sales role plays, or anything that can help all of the Huntsman students figure out exactly what it is they need to do to continue improving their skill sets to become, attractive applicants for employers. So overall, we're just very impressed with the school. We've hired people from the school before. We are anticipating to continue our growth. Like I mentioned, we're still growing in a pandemic and during, a likely recession. Imagine when we bounce back from, when the country bounces back from this, how much we're going to be prepared to, infiltrate the market, because we have a lot of newly trained people. So yeah, ultimately just a very consistent, good program. We see a lot of promise and potential in it. So we're always excited to get the Keyence name out there and continue hiring from the university and from the program.
Terrific, thank you. Ryan, Reed, Ruby, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working with the Huntsman program for a few years now. Similar to Patrick, we really started exploring schools in Utah when we opened up a sales market there in 2017. So have been visiting and working with students in campus in Sterling and then the program for a few years now, and really have built a great relationship with the school to kind of foster a great path for students to, look at and consider when they're, looking at internship opportunities or full-time, sales roles. And so, similar, to Patrick, the role that we offer is a role that we target a lot of college students. Typically, it's actually not the primary job that we hire for typical demographic, but it's absolutely a role that the students at Huntsman have shown can be ready to jump right into. So I'm excited to continue to foster the relationship and work with some great talent.
That's great to hear. Reed, looked like you were jumping up.
Now, I just wanted to add that I really appreciate the attention that the recruiting office there in the Huntsman School, with you and Steve and the other members there, how much you care about it and how much you are engaged with your students and how much you really want to put forth the effort into giving their students every opportunity and every chance to see what opportunities are out there and to find their dream job or work towards it.
It's very rewarding. And a perfect example of that is Ruby, right?
I know, this all sounds too familiar. I was just sitting in a lot of the seats that some of the students are in right now, just 2-3 years ago. And the opportunities that the Huntsman School provides for students to be able to interact with so many diverse companies that have different products in different industries with different roles are incredible. And I feel extremely lucky to have ended up at a company like Lucid that really prides themselves on taking care of their employees. And for me, it was important to stay local. I have a husband who is finishing up school. And so for us, we wanted to find a great company in the state of Utah and Salt Lake in particular. And, you know, when I met some people that had come up from Lucid a few years ago while I was in school, I was really impressed by not only their caliber to communicate, such a high caliber of communication, but their ability to connect with me and to want to help develop me as a professional, but also personally as well, and make sure that I could continue to be better. So we've been, since I started working at Lucid, I've been coming up to Utah State and been able to recruit lots of great Aggies that have been a part of my team and have been promoted onto others, which has been fantastic. And so I appreciate Lucid's transparency with their employees to be able to help promote people and get them to where they want to go so that they can continue to be successful.
So while I have you, Ruby, can you talk a little bit about some of the roles that you have and in this environment, what the current onboarding process looks like?
Yeah, of course. It's a totally valid question. And truthfully speaking, I don't know if I would have thought about onboarding for companies in a time like this. But all things considered with COVID-19, we are currently having all of our new hires on board remote. So they will be given a computer and all the resources that they need to be set up and be successful. But our onboarding process for my team in particular, which is the, excuse me, the sales development team. We handle a lot of inbound leads as well as doing some outbound and helping on specific types of, white pagers, and also making sure that we are working our trade show leads. And so my team handles the majority and bulk of those leads and helps set up appointments for our closers. And so the first week of onboarding while remote is focused mostly on Lucid and learning the products. Like Patrick said, Lucid, while it is a product that's in the cloud, and it is a fantastic diagramming platform for people to be able to visualize processes, you spend that first week really learning how the product works and how you can communicate that value regardless of what role you're in. So everybody goes through that same onboarding process, whether you're in sales or engineering, recruiting, which I think is fantastic. And then the second and third week is focused on your department. So the reps that will report to me or do report to me work with our sales enablement team and myself. And we just recently onboarded a group of individuals for my team remote, which was a great challenge, as typically we're all in office, but it was lots of fun and we were able to learn a lot and do a lot of Zoom meetings as well. But again, take a lot of time to practice doing role plays with my reps and teaching them the steps, having them jump on calls with some of our older reps who have been a part of the process for a long time, which is fantastic. So while we are remote, due to the current situation, there has been a lot of success still in onboarding our reps. And again, we're still hiring for sales development reps. Lucid has been a product that has still continued to be successful because people now more than ever need to make sure that they can communicate visually while they're remote. There's a lot of companies that need to be able to have different visual aids as well as processes documented. And I've been able to use Lucid even more than I was already using it beforehand, which was quite a bit, but it's a very clear way to communicate these processes and make sure that my team's all on the same page. while we're in this situation. So I know there's a lot of companies that have been using it. We've had lots of people continue to reach out to implement Lucidchart, just given COVID.
Terrific. Thank you. Arjun, can you talk a little bit about the positions that are open at Equity Methods and how you're doing your onboarding right now?
Yeah, sure. So currently we have 2 positions open. There are 3 positions, but let me speak about the 2 full-time positions which we have. One is the valuation associate position, and the other is the financial reporting associate position. And like we are hiring now, like all the the offers are going out to the students, and we are going to start the onboarding process starting from June or July. That's the month we are targeting. So when it's like all the people are graduating, they're once out of the school, that's when our onboarding session starts. Consistent with like whatever is happening in the world now, everyone is working remotely. So even the onboarding, what we are planning to do is to start with on a remote basis. If the situation continues as it is, or else like we'll be back in the office and we'll have other people working from our location at Scottsdale in Arizona. So the entire onboarding process goes over a period of 2 months, with the first month being where like we are going to train our people on the technology front. We use something called a SAS, which is a programming language, which is extensively used within the firm to build the financial models, run the simulations, and all those things. So first 3 to 4 weeks is where we give extensive training on this technology called SAS. The next 2 to 3 weeks is where like we train our people on the subject matter. Like as I said earlier, we work extensively on equity compensation. So we train our people on equity compensation, the valuation concepts, the accounting concepts, and all the related, even the international related topics. So we cover an entire thing within this 4 to 6 weeks time period, depending on how the class is moving. After the 2 months of training program, that's when like we put on to the client engagements, which is like when you hit the ground running, you will be on like 3 to 4 different clients to work with.
Great. Thank you so much. We just had a question come in for Keyence that typically you do, and it could be applicable across the board. Typically you do more outside sales. How have you adapted to that kind of sales model in the pandemic environment?
Sure. Yeah, so that definitely has been a challenge of ours. I think the most attractive part about our opportunity, honestly, is that it is outside sales. You're physically bringing a product to a customer and doing an in-person demonstration. I think that energizes a lot of people, typically sales students or people pursuing sales opportunities. The reason they're doing it is because they're interested in interacting with others. They want to have a variety of customers. They want to have a schedule that they can kind of build for themselves. And so our opportunity definitely does that. On more inside type sales positions, obviously there are some on this panel, extremely rewarding career, but some people just maybe have the preference to do outside sales. And that's, I think, one thing that's so cool about our job is that it is going out to these different customers, working maybe one day with a COO or a CEO, and then the next day you're working with just like a line worker, or you're working with somebody in a completely different industry. So yeah, it has kind of been a challenge though, because we do the outside sales. Mm-hmm. So we have mostly in the past few weeks been doing virtual sales calls. A lot of it, of course, primarily is because we are, very concerned about our employees' well-being. We don't want to be telling people they have to go out and go to different customers. And likewise, our customers are also very concerned. They don't want to have, people coming in from outside and doing stuff like that. So that's a very good question, because it is a problem. But we are doing the virtual sales calls. So a lot of our products are actually more like handheld type products. So over like a virtual presentation, one like we're having right now, you can show off maybe like what a product does or what it can do. But a lot of our products also are PLC based. So that means that we can essentially extract data from them. So we can show virtually as well like how one of our products can perhaps measure something, or how one of our products can, create like a super zoomed in image. We can do that virtually. Right. So we have customers maybe send over schematics to us over email. Maybe they mail us like part sizes or sample sizes, and then we can show them virtually how perhaps we can better measure, or we can take pictures. There's so many things that our products can do that can be conveyed virtually. It's just something that you have to adapt to. Like similarly, you all are probably very used to having, presentations in class and learning in class and doing like sales pitches in class, but you see that like a lot of that can still be accomplished virtually. You just have to maintain a level of flexibility. And like what I mentioned, a lot of our products are still very much needed, especially for all the companies that are focusing a lot of their manufacturing toward fighting COVID-19. So we have still been seeing lots of successful sales go through. And it's interesting that, just by doing a virtual presentation about how to measure something, they still have confidence in the Keyence product. A lot of times because we have repeat customers, they know how high quality our products are. They're confident then in ordering more systems from us. And though all of our salespeople are working remote, we do have a small team that is managing our warehouses of products and our inventory management. So one extremely huge advantage that Keyence has is that we do have next day delivery of product. So when people's lives are at stake, and it might take a company 8 days to create more kits because they're waiting on our competitor to figure out how they can get the product to the customer. For us, you have a sales call with us. If you place the order, we get you the product the next day. That's maybe a week that is allowing our customer to solve a problem faster and make a solution for like the global crisis that we have. So I think that like all of our strengths, the fact that all of our employees have a lot of good work ethic, that we have products that can be showed virtually, that we have a strong brand, and that we are producing products that ultimately will matter. We're still able to do things virtually, though I think we're all very excited for when we're able to go back to our original model, because it is very effective being able to go in person. So that was a great question.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm sure the whole team, we're all kind of working remotely, right? We're adapting in this new world, and or temporarily, hopefully. But then also we're looking at continuing this virtual engagement even beyond when we do get into the live events again, right? And the live meetings, because they're so effective in the way that we're able to really kind of schedule out the content and be very focused, where sometimes when you're in in-person meeting, schedules can get disrupted or whatever. So I do also want to say to everyone that we're going to be scheduling podcasts, which with each one of these partners. So they're going to be talking more about the roles that they have open. And then those will be coming up within the next week to 2 weeks. So we're going to make sure that each of the participants and our guests that are joining us today should connect with these partners on LinkedIn. I think it's going through the chat as well as it was on the Huntsman calendar, the LinkedIn contacts, so that you can talk to them individually about the opportunities. But one of the big questions that we're getting is the kind of qualities that you're looking for and skill sets, and if it's applicable majors that you're looking for when you're hiring. So like Reed, you want to talk a little bit about kind of the skill sets that you're looking for, or qualities? What makes a student stand out?
Absolutely. I love talking about this subject because I think for all across the board, as far as companies, all basically looking for the same type of individual. We're looking for bright, driven individuals who are able to highlight and communicate their accomplishments and achievements. Students who can share some examples of their accomplishments make great candidates. A combination of brightness with passion for what they love doing. Skills are great and they're important. You can always continue to improve and work on skills, but if they have the passion and the drive that they've had for a while, they make excellent candidates. And if they can, like I mentioned, they can be able to communicate their accomplishments and things that they have achieved throughout their life.
Terrific. Thank you, Reed. Ryan, kind of taking that and taking it to the next level too. Not only the qualities that you're looking for, but what makes a candidate stand out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, piggybacking what Reed said, looking for obviously the kind of the whole package is kind of what we look for. I imagine for most of us, but, self-starters is something that I look for, somebody that's not looking to necessarily wait for something to come across their table to jump right into it, but have taken initiative to help themselves, develop. Are they reading books? Are they listening to podcasts? Are they helping themselves develop outside of the classroom or outside of an internship opportunity? Because ultimately, that's the time that you see a lot of your development come, is when it's not maybe work related. So I typically ask students, what are you doing to develop yourself further outside of just the standard, classroom expectations, internship experience that they've had, and ultimately just dig into kind of what drives them to be successful, and ultimately back to, working with students that are in professional selling programs across the U.S. They're the type of individuals we like because they understand what the dynamic environment that a sales culture brings. And that's the type of person we want to look for. We don't necessarily limit ourselves on the major, but I will ask, how they are putting, how and what are they doing to put themselves in the best possible position to get into this type of role? Because I'm sure a lot of us, can all agree that, we want somebody that we can develop and train and ideally see at the company for a long period of time.
Terrific. Arjun, Ruby, Patrick, anything to add to that?
Yeah, so basically we are looking for people who have a background in finance and accounting. That's our main focus, but it doesn't like other students from a different background to apply. Because at the end of the day, what we're looking for is students who are very strong in analytical skills and who can thrive in an ambiguous situation. Because as you can see, the world is changing and there's a lot of new things coming up. If you're expecting something which is very structured and very much like a framework, that's not the kind of skill sets which we are looking for. We are looking for someone who can thrive and succeed in situations where it's ever changing. And there's a lot more flexibility we expect from our new hires and everyone. So, and to just piggyback on what Ryan said, is yes, we are definitely looking for someone who is a self-starter, right? Who can take up initiatives and be part of a solution. But when we are interviewing students, it's not just about the words which they say to us. If someone comes to me and says that I'm a self-starter, what I'm looking for is more than that. Hey, give me some examples. What have you done? So that I can understand what kind of skill sets you're bringing to the table, what value you're bringing to the company as well. And in addition to that, the one thing which I always look for whenever I'm talking with new hires and the people who are looking for a job, is the kind of research they have done on the company. If you're really looking for applying for the be Equity Methods or any other company, if you're interested in this job, try to do some research on the company. Find out what the business is all about and what kind of skill set or the value add you're bringing to the firm. At the same time, you should be looking at the other way around as well, what the company is offering you. Are they offering a great career path for you? Will you be getting opportunities to grow personally as well as professionally? So it's a two-way street. I'm not saying it's always the one way. So ask good questions, do the research, and show what you're capable of. And
I love that. It's a two-way street, right? The students are interviewing the companies as well, right? They want to know if it's a good fit, because that's what makes everybody successful. Well, I want to be mindful of our time today and bring on Mandy Stottle from our career services team. She's a career specialist. She works with our students to help train them along with their whole team. Mandy, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Carmela. I'm Mandy, and I'm the career specialist for MIS majors. And I had a funny experience recently that I want to share with you that reminded me how much a change of perspective can really change the outcome and overall experience. So to give a little bit of context, I have a 2.5-year-old daughter named Nona, and she loves ranch dressing. And whenever we would give her ranch dressing, no matter how much or how little, she'd immediately yell more. And it was really getting out of hand. So my husband and I said we needed to change tactics here. And anytime we gave her ranch dressing, we immediately responded with, "Wow, no, you got so much ranch dressing. That's so awesome." And we only had to do this for a few days until she started doing it herself, where her perspective had changed. And although the quantity of ranch and the circumstances hadn't changed, her overall mealtime experiences were much more positive. And I've drawn a lot of parallels from this experience to the current situation. And I don't want to downplay the current situation right now at all, because I know it's been really frustrating, stressful, and overwhelming for many of us for many reasons. But I do, as a career specialist, see a lot of positive in this situation. It's motivating and encouraging students to be more prepared and more polished than they might be otherwise, so that they can stand out. And my team, which consists of Nate Jensen, Maren Stromberg, and myself, we're here to help you. And unlike Nona's ranch dressing, our resources are not limited. You can come and meet with us as many times as you need. We can help with resume, cover letter, job and internship strategies, interview skills. These are all things that you can improve. It's not just someone has it or they don't, but we can help you improve with that. So we'd love to meet with you over WebEx or a phone appointment. You can do that by setting up an appointment, going to the Huntsman website, current students, and then career development. We'd love to help you in any way that we can. And our hope is that we can help make this experience, although frustrating and a little unsettling, be a more positive experience and help you feel more confident as you're reaching out and applying. So we hope to hear from you soon, and I'll turn the time back over to Carmela to announce the winners and wrap up.
Thank you so much, Mandy. We appreciate all that your team does to help our students. So as promised, we are going to announce some winners today of the folks that asked some really great questions. They're going to win a Walmart.com gift card, and it's Oscar Cambona, Lauren Zamoro-Kelso, and Justin Tigert. So we're very happy that they have won today. Woo! And also, we want to remind everyone that we're going to continue these virtual engagements. We've got another one next Friday at the same time, where Anna Ostrowski from Henry Schein will join us. And the theme of her talk will be From Backpack to Briefcase, helping make that transition not so daunting. Also, there'll be a lot of podcasts going on, Instagram. We had Dr. Sterling Bone took it over yesterday. Some of our alumni, we're going to be reaching out to the folks on this panel to do that as well. So we want to thank you all for joining us today. Stay safe, stay positive, and go Aggies. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Aggies.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.